remember we talked about doing this podcast
A
months
long
ago.
time.
Yeah, we actually talked about that doing that. Like,
What
I don't want to even
talk
say
about
months ago,
that?
guys. We talked about actually doing that like a lot of months ago. He said a couple of months, but it was actually been like 6 months ago. But we're gonna get it done today. All right.
So, Eli,
He sounds like a
you
heel
broke the
asshole.
TV. How did you break the TV?
All right.
He put his big ass elbow into the TV.
No, listen. It didn't actually.
We were moving.
A long story short, so this is the way
Now
it
I ain't
actually
got no
happened.
TV
So
to watch.
actually it was my fault. The box,
about
the
this
TV
after
that
this
it came in with the box. I should have kept that box and put it in there, but I didn't. I actually ended up throwing away the box to
Oh,
create more
yes.
space in the closet. But so the way it actually broke, so I was putting it in the car. I put a blanket over it. You know, normally like the black people do, we put blankets over a TV when
Right.
we,
Run
packing it
about
up
the
and stuff.
movie.
That's what we do. So put it in the car, and then I was getting another box. I was putting that box on top of the TV. So my heavy ass elbow came
as
down,
fuck.
and all I could hear was a crack. So I was like, all right, TV still should be good, so I'm still go ahead and take it. Lifted the blanket up, I checked it. It had like, like a little small little, like a little baseball crack, nothing major. I still think TV would work. So get it
A
home to the new,
baseball crack?
get it to the new location, plug it up, nothing. But it makes sound though, like you can hear people talking and stuff. It turn on, you just can't
They got little
see the
marks on
screen.
it.
Got little marks on there, but you can't see nothing.
So once you figured it out, you ain't say like, damn, like you ain't have a feeling that it was just done with.
I did when I put it in the car, but I figured there's still hope. I was like, maybe I can order a screen and like just put a whole new screen on myself. But now the way they build the TVs now, you can't even find like the original like actually new screen that go into it now because it's actually a brand new like flat screen. It ain't like the old models where you can like replace the screen. So
Right.
yeah, so I just said, well, I'll still bring it. So I brought it, and it's still at the house to this day.
He won't throw it out. I'm like, throw it out now.
It might be valuable one day, so I'm gonna keep it
No,
for parts. You never know.
No.
Might get another TV
No.
that many these same parts, so I'm
No.
gonna keep it.
Black
It's
people
going
don't
in
throw
the
nothing
trash.
away though.
We do not throw nothing away. We keep stuff because you never know. It might come in handy later on
You
down
know
the
who that
road.
is? Your father.
Yeah, you're right.
Look at the garage.
Yeah, he keep it stocked. It's stocked with different tools and different stuff to be able to, It's supposed to last. How long is it supposed to
She
last?
said it'll last 3 or 4 weeks if I know how to tie it down. I can tie it down.
What you got to say, Eli?
I look good.
I mean, yes, you look beautiful, my queen. But I was saying at the end of
queen.
at the end of the day, when you get your hair done, your hair don't never last.
Mm.
So 3 weeks.
It's been a while.
Go ahead, bring it on down to like 1 week and a half.
We'll see.
You could
I
take care of
spent
it for
too
3
much money
weeks.
on this hair.
You could.
And
1 week and a half.
It wasn't even that long. Well, it's not even a 20-inch.
Listen, he knows his wife. He say 1 week and a half.
1 week and a half, y'all.
That's crazy.
I'm telling y'all what I know. We've been together 10 plus years and still counting until this day.
It's nice.
No, it's been 10 plus years. You behind, remember?
We've been together since
We had an
2013.
October 27. That was last year. That was 10.
We going two
No,
different
this
dudes
is
to
about
party.
No,
10.
this is not about to be 10.
It's 10, Bree.
So you just gonna agree with him?
It
You ain't
is
even,
10.
You counted?
I promise you, it
I
is
didn't
10.
count.
It is 10.
But he knows.
It's not 2023. It's
So in 2023 it'll be 11.
Brett, it is 10. I promise you, it is 10.
he said I'm stressing him out.
I'm telling you, it is 10.
2023.
But anyways,
Anyways,
I watched y'all grow up, like being older than me, obviously, and now y'all married.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to be married?
I as a married man, now the eyes got to listen to my wife, and the eyes are going to get it done.
He ain't gonna listen to me.
That's the way it
That
goes.
man
She the boss
stubborn as
lady.
fuck.
I am stubborn because I'm Taurus. Shout out to the Taurus out there. But I'm just saying, we are stubborn.
Stubborn as hell.
So you don't like to listen? Or
I really
follow
don't like to listen. Like, if things like,
You know
You
what
know
though?
he don't like to listen.
especially when it
He
come
got
down like
3
direct,
jobs.
I run 3 jobs. You doggone right.
But you know what, Bria? I think once you get married, it's your time to listen. Like he says, it's time to go. Heard.
We
it's
already
time
got.
to
I
be
feel
heard. Like,
it's time to go.
like you gotta. It's. I think it's he done. He took over now, so it's him. It's not. That's how I seen marriage. Well, I'm not even gonna say how I seen it, but from back in the days of how marriage was supposed to be, the wife listened. Like, you gotta listen.
What you mean?
Are you looking now
listen?
these days, 2022? Like if you go back in like the old days where they used to do it, like where like the wife would stay at, you had a stay at home wife, and then the
Well,
guys would leave to go to work and provide, and that's how
because
it's supposed to be to this day, but it's not really
no,
like that.
Right.
I don't like that mentality.
Why?
Well,
Well, anyways, let me speak. So first of all, like a woman, like it's hard being a woman in this world.
Yeah.
Like we get paid less, so that's the reason for the man working more. I guess I could see that part. What the hell? Anyways, but also like, I mean, did they have birth control back then? I'm pretty sure they did, or they tried. But
Why scratching your head?
Am I
Why
talking
you
too much?
scratching your head?
wait, that's a good question. So, yeah, did they have birth control back
they
then?
technically did.
I mean,
but
wait, hold
look,
on, wait,
no,
back in the
no, you let me talk.
you got it, boss.
Let me talk.
No, you supposed to be the boss.
No, he be
We
cutting
talking
me
about
off.
that.
Like he be cutting me off. So I'm like, you gonna let me finish? But now, like the woman is always seen as the person that bakes the babies, cook the meals. They're not seen as the provider.
I think it should be that to a certain extent. I think the husband should take that role and be the protector, be the provider, and the wife is supposed to shouldn't be necessary for the wife to have to do anything. It should be an option. It shouldn't be like you have to do it. You
But-
should have that choice to stay at home and chill with your daughter if you want to.
I do that. Like I love my baby. You get what I'm saying?
No, I'm
But
just
I'm
saying
a-
like for
I'm a-
society.
But like, look, like, I like having my own money. Like, okay, let me tell you a situation. Tell you a situation. All right, so, you know, Avi's a newborn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm obviously on maternity. Well, I'm not. When she was born, it was COVID, so I was on unemployment. But anyway, like, Elijah's still working and stuff. We paying the bills with unemployment, his paychecks from work. I don't even know where I'm going with this anymore. What was the question? I'm tired a little bit. But
It was
Well, I'm sorry, you can't get tired.
shut
it
up.
was
See, you lost your train of thought too.
about women providing. We were saying about
But no, but being a stay-at-home mom, it's kind of hard. I'm gonna say that.
Eli, what you got to say?
Don't no, because you can't tell me how I feel. Like I literally went home. I stayed with my mom for a couple weeks. No, I'm not there. Like, cause Maya was there the whole time to help take care of the baby. He thought I was just leaving his ass, but really I was just dealing mentally with him, just trying to work a whole bunch of jobs, and he wasn't listening. I'm like, I'm exhausted. I'm tired. The baby, like, when you have a baby, you could feel like you lose yourself. Like, yeah, not that. But he was helping, but he wasn't not. I'm not gonna say he wasn't helping. He was helping, but he wasn't understanding like mentally what I was going through. You could say, yeah, I was feeling tired just like you, but it's a mentally thing, not a physical thing. What you about to say?
Agreed, but I mean,
Agreed.
Okay, good answer.
I get the standpoint of what she's saying, but you know,
He thought I was leaving him.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, like I said, like she was, well, she didn't like the idea of me working 3.5. Yeah, I said 3.5 jobs. So I mean, technically.
Like he was constantly working.
But I was never home. But like as soon as I come home, all I did is just take a shower and just get ready for the next job. That's pretty much how my cycle went. But it was like a nonstop.
But you can never say he was a bad father because he
But
still.
I always
spends
made
time
sure
with
they
his
had
child.
though, so I always made time for both of them.
You know,
Either whether it was cuddling with each other, but we made time.
Bree. Sometimes you have to sacrifice. Sometimes you got to make a sacrifice. Either you're gonna make a sacrifice now, or you're gonna make a sacrifice later. But you're gonna have to make a sacrifice sometimes, and maybe that was just Eli's sacrifice. He knew, and I could be reading it wrong, but he knew sometimes he wasn't gonna be able to be there. But he knew he had to find a way to motherfucking provide.
Yeah.
And do what the fuck he had to do for his family. So you seeing it like that, but then he hustled and he worked 3 motherfucking jobs. Like he did what he had to do.
I know the reason why he worked 3 jobs, but I felt like I'm fine with him working 2 jobs, but
She says unhealthy. I mean, I get that from everywhere I go. Everybody tell me like, "Oh, Eli, you working 3 jobs, so like you just gonna work yourself in the grave." But at the end of the day, the people don't understand.
well, he almost did because
they don't-
he got into a car accident.
They don't understand. They don't understand the definition behind the grind. Like you gotta understand people's situations and what they go through, or what they working 3 jobs for, 4 jobs, or whether working 5 jobs or even doing 2 jobs. A lot of people just be like, oh, you working yourself to death, but they don't understand the background of what the person working 3 jobs for a reason. So
Right.
you gotta understand everybody's background of what they going through or what they grinding for. Because like I said, this ain't the old years back in the old days where you could
I'm hungry.
live off of minimum wage and stuff like that. Now it's 2022 now, it's finna be 2023, and we're dealing with a lot of inflation and stuff like that. Prices and stuff going up, and it's not gonna never go down. It's just the way it's an evolving economy. Stuff gonna continue to go up. So at the end of the day, you gotta
been
continue
reading?
to you gotta. Oh my gosh! But at the end of the day, you gotta continue to stay.
Stop
At the end of the day,
playing
you
him.
gotta continue to stay on the grind and
I
just
ain't never heard him say that.
remain and have faith, and just got to continue to work hard because I mean, hey, if well, I'm going to say an example, if you look at Steve Harvey or Kevin Hart and stuff like that, I mean, in their lives they had to work hard to get where they got to this day. So if you think about that and
And
look
stay
at their
consistent.
motivations and stuff like that, you get consistency is the key, and keeping
I
faith.
ain't never heard this man talk like this since I've been with him. He
My-
been reading up on some shit.
Listen,
'Cause-
Eli is the definition of a hustler, and B, a hardworking man. Straight like that.
I mean,
Like he be in the
that's
gym,
much.
so with Eli being in the gym, that to me, that alone tells me that he can do it. Like he works out. He's not like a regular person where it's like, okay, you don't work out, you don't do anything to your body. He does stuff to his body, so it would be easier for him to be able to work those 3 jobs, But kudos to you. I'm proud of you, Eli. A lot of times
Appreciate
people
it.
just want to hear, I'm proud of you, or
Right.
you did good, or thank you. But Eli, I'm proud of you. You did what you had to do for whatever reason you had to do it, and you made it happen. And you're here. Let's take a break. We're talking about life, your life. I kind of want to talk about, you were talking about,
But what were you saying?
I was saying,
Don't touch nothing.
husbands don't listen? Because you have a husband now.
We'll see after this because you said husband don't listen. But before husband don't listen that much. Like he didn't listen about like jobs and stuff. He don't want me to work, but I like to have my own money. I like to be independent. But like I work as a server, I make good server money. But I come home tired and he's like, you could just quit, I can't.
Why you don't trust him?
I do.
So,
Who said don't trust?
oh, sorry for using the wrong word if I used the wrong word. But, because I say trust because if he's telling you that he's going to take care of everything, why can't you just let him take care of everything? Why you have to be
I think
independent?
he did that last time, but it requires him to work 2 jobs. He was actually pulling 4 jobs just 2 weeks ago.
How do you do that?
Ask him.
I need to
I
know,
it,
Eli.
it
How
got
did you
to.
schedule your schedule to work 4 jobs at once?
2 part-time, 2 full-time.
He said 2 part-time, 2 full-time, guys.
How did you do the 2 part-time, 2 full-time? You
He
did.
was
One
working,
night, one day.
yeah, and
And
then
then 2 part-times, one night, one
Saturday
one
and
Saturday,
Sunday.
Sunday, and then the other will run 2 days out of the month.
Yeah, crazy.
Eli did not play.
I'm the one that manages the budget and stuff, all that. I actually fucked up. I thought I paid his car registration.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it went through because I saw it. Now that we got a fat ass ticket that we gotta pay or go to court for. And it's in like a city that shouldn't be a city. Like it's so small. Like the police sit in the same spot because like they gonna catch you right now.
From everybody that's from down south
No stuff.
that knows the area, it's out of Savannah, Georgia, you go through that little small little town called Peoria, Georgia. Don't go through that speed. When the speed limit say 35, you might want to go through that 20. Cause let me tell you,
But
even
they,
if you ain't speeding, they'll still get behind you and read your. If you out of town from any state or any county that's not their county, they still gonna get behind you and read your tag and run it. Cause I experienced that. They got behind me, ran my tag, and like I said,
probably
like she
just
touched
saw
bases
black
on.
man.
She said she thought she paid it.
No, you know they don't.
And they
even
pulled
have
it
to
up and
do
it
that.
wasn't paid, so now I got to go to court about it, and hopefully the officer don't show up. They might drop the ticket or reduce it, but we'll see. But I doubt it. It's Hiltonia.
But what type of ticket it was?
for
Suspended registration.
yeah.
But then they'll reduce it if you got like if you paid it within like 23 days or something like that.
Well, the thing is, the payment didn't go through and closed it out, so.
Like, okay, so it was already like super expired because his car wasn't working.
Oh,
So
that
there was like
one.
no insurance or nothing. So insurance can be expensive sometimes, especially when you already got freaking tickets, speeding tickets all the time.
Speeding.
But nope.
Dang.
He said that. But nah, I thought I paid it because that's where I saw the little confirmation. But like once we got like the car fixed, I was like, okay, put insurance on it. All right, we better pay for the registration now. That registration was $111. I was like, okay, it's gonna have to wait because it's late.
Right.
So it was like near the time of his birthday too, because Georgia. At least I know in Georgia, they make you renew your registration by your birthday, and I was like, okay,
Right.
I'll renew it by his birthday, and I did, but it didn't go through. Like I swear it went through, but it didn't. So I was like, no wonder the money didn't take out my account. Cause I was looking for. I was like, maybe it already did. Nope, it didn't. But it took a good few months for them to figure out that the registration didn't was never paid. Like he been driving this whole time, and the registration wasn't paid. But now that a police officer actually got behind him and decided to read his tag,
Yeah, he and that police officer ain't had nothing to do. Cause like I said, it's a small town, Hitonia, Georgia. A lot of y'all might know about it
He
going
said,
through
"Let me
Savannah,
call it
small
out."
little town. Going through Savannah, then you go through Savannah first. Savannah speed limit, it'll drop down to 45,
it was one
then
of
drop
them
down to
things
40,
they
then
gonna
hit
catch
35,
you.
and then once you go through
That's
there,
it.
you go through
But-
Hitonia.
You know what? I know when I ain't have no money to pay my insurance, I drove without my insurance. This last time I told God, I said, God, I'm just gonna go work at home, and until I was able to pay it, I ain't get no police ain't pull me over.
You was lucky then.
A lot of these days, and cops they just ain't got nothing better to do. Majority of the time, I mean, And then
I'm scared of cops.
on top of that,
You scared?
Yeah, I'm scared
yeah,
of cops.
being black,
I'm scared.
it's hard out here.
I'm scared of police officers. I'm scared. Even when I used to live in Miami, I used to be scared. Like, I don't know why.
Man, look where you grew up.
Yeah.
But exactly where I grew up.
Where
I
you
should
grew up?
be
It was
okay
down there,
with it.
what?
Like,
Miami-Dade,
I
ain't it?
seen it so much.
He was at Opalaka.
Oh, Opalaka. Never mind. I apologize. I mean,
Don't do
they
that.
kind of similar,
That's how
right?
you know he from Florida. I'm not even from
I'm
Florida.
not from
and I
Florida.
know it.
I'm from Miami.
Oh my God.
I'm not. From
Sorry, y'all. I'm an old Georgia boy.
Miami is in Florida. Opalaka is in Florida. You
So-
from Florida.
So from there, I should be used to it because I've seen it so much. But I'm afraid of police. That's why I couldn't. I ain't gonna say never do nothing bad, but I'm scared of them.
I'm right with you. I'm scared of them too. That's why I make sure I obey the law.
What?
I got a little tongue twister there. I mean, obey the law. But I mean,
Real country boy, stop playing with
I
me.
do obey the law and all. But I mean, at the end of the day,
I'm scared.
I mean, you get a ticket. You running late for work. The first thing in your mind is just hit the gas and try to get there before you even be later. So
yeah,
Did you
shit.
just call him a country boy?
Yeah.
He ain't that country.
Yes, Eli.
I mean, I ain't
is.
that country, but I'm a little
How he
little
just messed
country.
up on them too.
No. I be feel like he be faking it sometimes. Well, let me tell you, when I met him, I would always tell this story.
She about to say from Burke County. No damn well he
He
went to Augusta Richard
lied.
County Laney High School.
Burke County is Waynesboro, Georgia.
I mean, technically it's all the same.
No,
I mean,
it's
Burke
not.
County on about like
No,
literally
it's
about
not.
40-something minutes away. It ain't even that far.
Two different cities.
It might be two different
Or
cities,
two
but
different
look,
counties.
they're still right next to each other.
No.
So from there, I should be used to it because I've seen it so much. But I'm afraid of police. That's why I couldn't. I ain't gonna say never do nothing bad, but I'm scared of them.
I'm right with you. I'm scared of them too. That's why I make sure I obey the law.
What?
I got a little tongue twister there. I mean, obey the law. But I mean,
Real country boy, stop playing with
I
me.
do obey the law and all, but I mean, at the end of the day,
I'm scared.
I mean, you get a ticket. You running late for work. The first thing in your mind is just hit the gas and try to get there before you even be later. So
yeah,
Did you
shit.
just call him a country boy?
Yeah.
He ain't that country.
Yes, Eli.
I mean, I ain't
is.
that country, but I'm a little
How he
little
just messed
country.
up on them too.
No. I be feel like he be faking it sometimes. Well, let me tell you, when I met him, I would always tell this story.
She about to say from Burke County. No damn well he went
He
to Augusta Richard
lied.
County Laney High School.
Burke County is Waynesboro, Georgia.
I mean, technically it's all the same.
No,
I mean,
it's
Burke
not.
County on about like
No,
literally
it's
about
not.
40-something minutes away. It ain't even that far.
Two different cities.
It might be two different
Or
cities,
two
but
different
look,
counties.
they're still right next to each other.
No. I was like,
He
where
said
are
what
you
he
from? And this was in middle school. He's like, oh, I'm from Burke County, blah, blah, blah. And then, like, you could have a conversation with him the next week, and somebody would ask him. He's like, yeah, I'm from Augusta. And I'm like, didn't this nigga just say he from Burke County? I was like, he lied. And then when I, what was it?
You,
How you gonna ask us what are we supposed to know?
No, but I put out his birth certificate. I was like, you was born in Augusta, Georgia, at MCG. I'm like, you ain't from no Burke County.
so when you say you from this place, you have to be actually like born there to say
Yeah.
you from
I
there.
don't think you really have to be born there. I mean, because that isn't that, like I said, Burke County is not that far from Augusta. That's literally right up the road.
I say when you're from somewhere, you're born.
At the end of the day, like I said, Burke County, Augusta ain't that far from each
But
other.
did you
I-
live in that county?
I mean, I lived in
No.
Richmond County all my life, but
So
went
why
to
could you-
football
how could you
camp in
say-
Burke County though. We did a football camp in Burke County. Like I said, wasn't that far, so it was like Burke County.
How
I'm
we
Burke
start
County,
talking
Richmond
about
County boy.
football?
But no, just because you did one little football camp, that mean you from there.
No.
In my vocabulary, I say I'm from there. Played football with them boys at football camp.
So at least you have to say. Could you say you from two places?
You could really say you from because I stayed in
I mean,
Texas for 3 years. So
no,
technically,
no.
I stayed in
No,
Temple,
No,
Texas.
where you from is like,
Like, see, like, look, I say,
you saying
I'm
too many
from Aiken,
places.
South Carolina. I'll be like, I'm from, like, my Facebook says I'm from Aiken, South Carolina. Because I was born there. I
But you
grew
live in
up there.
Grovetown.
Elijah, I'm not from Grovetown. I'm
But it's like
I
you say,
moved-
oh yeah, I stay in Grovetown.
I moved in 5th grade. I moved to Grovetown in 5th grade.
So you're South Carolina.
Yeah, I was born and technically raised in South Carolina. My mom
So I mean, you're a University of South Carolina fan.
No, that does.
Oh, okay.
He won't shut up. Like, God damn.
Like, you funny as shit. I love it.
I'm from Aiken, South Carolina because I was born there.
Right.
But I was technically born and raised in Augusta. So sometimes I'm
Not
like,
born
So
and
see, there
raised.
she goes.
No,
See,
I
talking
said
about born and raised. Here we
I
go.
was raised in Augusta. But also, look, my mom, she's
You went about 4 or 5 different damn schools, so I'm just saying. Literally 4 or 5 different schools.
So does your schools play a part in where you're from,
No.
Eli?
I mean, I went to Grovetown for 1 year, and then I transferred and
so
went to
that
Laney.
makes you from Grovetown.
But that don't make me from Grovetown. I'm just saying, I went there
Yeah.
for 1 year, and then I transferred to Laney. Cause it just didn't last long out there.
Oh my God.
So could you say you from? Okay, I'm from. I'll say Miami first. I'll say I'm from Opelika
What
in Georgia.
So, no, hell no.
You only
I
can
mean-
say one place.
I mean,
But
technically,
Like, okay, so if you like for you, if you're born in Miami, you're from Miami,
Right.
but then you could have been raised in Opelika your whole life. Well, then you could be from Opelika too, cause I'll be like, yeah, I'm technically from South Carolina. Like I was born in South Carolina, but I was raised in Augusta.
Okay.
But also like we stayed in Augusta like a lot. But like my mom had me in college, so yeah, I stayed in Statesboro, Georgia for a little bit. But I'm not from that place.
You couldn't really even say you was from there.
Yeah.
It sounds nice, huh? I'm
ooh,
mad that
boy, he down to that.
I'm mad that they're making those.
Yeah,
Y'all should just stay
the
nice.
Challenger electric cars suck.
Might as well.
Might as well at this point, cause
Cause
she
she's
gone.
sweet.
She sleep.
I
She
don't
had a
wanna
long.
be lonely in this house.
She had a long day today.
But y'all don't. This is y'all wedding night. Y'all don't
Yeah,
wanna.
y'all stay. Keep us. We be up there. How y'all know? It's 3 rooms.
Okay. We got some good. I don't know if y'all want to stop if you're tired.
I mean, I'm tired, but I'm just like
You should.
we're talking. We're gonna go back to Atlanta in a little bit.
No.
No.
I'm staying tomorrow.
Yeah. I'll be a little bit tired tomorrow.
But you know I need to seize the
My
moment.
day started at like 4:00 this morning.
It's
Really?
celebration. Her day. Well, my day didn't. My day didn't start because like yesterday when I had that 2-hour drive all the way back to Augusta, Georgia, I ain't go to sleep. It was just. It wasn't no point. It was just wasn't no point.
You mentioned
Just
you
had to get it done.
You mentioned you was trying to see her all day today.
What?
I really was trying to see
Oh,
all
you
day,
talking
but
about when
but-
he was like,
He said
I
he
was
seen
searching
a
through the
hand or something.
Snapchat.
but you know you can't see the brides
was
before the
dry.
wedding, so she
They
had
did
to hide.
good
So
then.
they did a good job of hiding her, but she almost came out though. Then they
I saw the
had
back of your
they had the
shirt.
dress inside
wearing my
the
Georgia Sunday
they
shirt.
had the dress inside the I don't know what they call it. I'm thinking it's a tent, but they had the dress inside. They said you can't go inside there because the dress was inside. Now, why would they put the dress inside there? With the groomsman, got to get dressed there. But anyways, it worked out well. I didn't see anything, and it turned out very beautiful.
Surprisingly, he didn't see the wedding dress. He been trying to, like, he be like, you don't want to show me the wedding dress? I'm like, no. You gotta wait to see me in it. He cried.
It was an emotional moment, but
Sweating.
I saw him.
I think I did pretty good. You know, I was up there. You know, I was strong.
So let me ask y'all this.
He said I was strong.
Y'all ready?
What?
Why wasn't I in the wedding?
Yeah, you gotta ask Bray about that. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I don't know. I feel like our relationship wasn't at that point at the time. Honestly, Maya was just a maid of honor. Chad was just a ring bearer. And then my relationship was getting better with Skylar. That's why she was in it. But you're not the only sibling that was in it.
But you know what though? He made it. He made that long drive. He got here. It was still a good turnout. Got to
He
spend
also
time with
went to
him.
the store a lot.
And
for
he
me.
also went to the store a lot because they probably had him running around too, just like me. They
Thousands
probably
of
had his head on top of the
batteries.
roof
Thousands of batteries. I'm like,
for
what?
no reason.
What? Where was the batteries even? What did they
It
even
was
put
those
the batteries
candles.
in? Oh, I thought those candles were real.
I did too when I first saw him, but when she had put
And
it
I
in the
seen
water, I was like,
that's why I was
oh.
like,
The
it's
ones
gonna
in
burn.
the water.
I'm thinking like it's melting. The whole time I thought it was melting.
Like when she first showed me, I said, "Oh, they got candles that light in the water." I said, "That's some crazy. They making some crazy stuff now." I was like, "Oh, cool." And then she's like, "Oh no, they light up. We put them in the water." I was like, "Oh, okay." But that was still cool
The
though.
ones on the floor by us was battery powered.
Cause think about it, you ever get stuck out there in the lake and you just stranded? Look, get a couple of those and put them out there in the water. They'll find you. Probably gotta get
But
about
it's gonna float
100,000.
away.
Or
They is
fish
gonna float away.
eat
The
it.
fish probably gonna eat them, but hey, at least you had glowfish. So you follow them, they might lead you to the land.
Why wasn't in your wedding or how you felt about that?
Like, you have a vision, but you didn't imagine like certain people being in the wedding, and that's just what happened, I guess. Honestly, I didn't envision Maya in the wedding, but honestly, I didn't envision this big of a wedding. I actually envisioned like a small wedding, like an elopement type thing. But I was like, they gonna be in my pictures though.
No, but it kind of makes me feel left out
Did it-
still.
Yeah.
Dang, real.
No, this nigga did. You talking about Dame Bria.
No, seriously, I always felt left out.
Cause that
ain't got
nothing to do with it.
It makes me feel left out even more.
Oh well.
Shut up, Mike.
We can go to Jeffrey Dahmer house now.
Who?
We probably all about to stay here.
Jeffrey Dahmer. Who's Jeffrey Dahmer?
Oh my god.
It's the character on Netflix.
He's not a character. He's a real person.
He was a goddamn character. He act like his.
Never heard of
He was
Jeffrey Dahmer.
weird.
Maya. Is that
He was
somebody new
a
or
serial
something?
killer. A serial killer.
Oh,
in Miami.
that new Netflix series that came out on Netflix?
It's
There was a
about
white guy right that was killing everybody, right? That was real?
yes. All right, go ahead and sit there.
I probably won't never get this moment again.
Can you go get a napkin?
But Maya, when I said I felt left out, and you said, "Oh well," that's crazy because you would never understand how that
Oh, well.
feels. I don't think as far as my feeling, and I don't know because we have never talked about that. Oh well, Gabe. And I probably won't never get this moment to express to you how I feel, but I'm gonna do it because I really don't say much to anybody. But
Still my boy.
Good boy. And sharing a room with Dre was just terrible. Because you got one person that cleans up, the other person doesn't clean up. And I'm like, I'm older, I can't have my own room. And he was like, basically, he was tired of repeating stuff about cleaning the room. Like, I'm tired, it's the weekend, sleeping, whatever. He whoops us with like a broomstick. And like, I'm a G boy. I took that broomstick. I didn't take it, but like, he was already hit me on my ass. So I turned around and just sat there. And Drew was getting whooped at the same time. Drew was talking about, Bree, just stand up so you can finish. And I'm like, I'm just tired. And at the same time, my godmom had died too. So, like, after he was done, like, beating us, and I'm like, I'm already going through, like, my godmom dying or whatever. Like, my butt cheek was so swollen, so bad. And then I showed my mom was like, well, you got beat. late, but it's okay. We got through it. We actually got on schedule. Elijah's lucky because he ain't had to be here till like 1 o'clock.
I might have had to be here down here to 1 o'clock, but I did not go to bed. Not last night because it's a new day.
Was your daddy drinking
The
before
7th,
he got here?
I did not go to bed. Actually, I didn't get no sleep because, like I said, I drive 2 hours
Yeah,
and
you
then drive
was.
2 hours back. So, yeah, it was a long one. Actually, it really wasn't no point to go to sleep, so I just had to, just
Think
not
it
go to
out.
sleep. I
Improvise.
just had to thug it out, and then, I
Yeah,
got
we
down
should
here
have
with
fight.
no sleep, but I made it.
I don't know when that's
Everything
gonna
went
be
well.
because I got
It
so
was an
much
emotional
homework.
moment. I held my tears in, you know what I'm saying?
No, you did not.
I did good,
You're lying.
and yeah, but I did cry though. I ain't gonna even lie, but
Oh, he finally
Yeah.
admitted it.
but it was a beautiful wedding. Definitely enjoyed it.
When we walked down the aisle, like when they officially said we're Mr.
She cut me
and
off, but
Mrs.
I'll let her
Taylor,
finish, y'all.
he said, "What you say?"
No, go ahead, continue. Beanstalk
He
head
said,
ass.
"You look so beautiful," and I'm like, "I do." He said, "Yes."
Who said that?
Elijah,
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you, I don't get compliments like that. Like Elijah, I'm gonna say Elijah does tell me a lot. When I feel down about myself.
She just wake up sometimes and don't just go outside, just looking like.
But he,
Fuck this day.
but he'll tell me when I look good.
She say, "Fuck this day."
I'm telling you, when she look, don't let Bria fool you. She can dress up. She look good without dressing up, and I tell her that. But like when she dress up, she look damn good. Yes, she do. She do. But when she just don't care and don't dress, I'm sorry.
I
she
be
just,
bumming it.
she look, just ugly.
Terrible.
She ugly. I ain't gonna say terrible, but ugly.
He just don't like when I dress like a bum and be comfortable. He don't like that.
It hurts my nerves.
He need to reword that because you making Dre look angry. Like what the hell he talking about?
Never mind.
Reword it. You need
Yeah.
to reword it.
Well, I
A
tried.
better choice
He
of
don't.
words.
He don't like when I do bummy stuff.
Yeah,
Cause
she.
I'll stay in my night clothes all day.
She will. I won't say she looked
don't like
ugly,
that?
but she looked disformed.
So, I have a question. Y'all married now? Did y'all, just because this is like evolving as one now, did y'all ever like say, communicate, okay, now we're about to be married, this is what we need to do, like set the tones a little bit differently for
I
your
think-
new chapter?
I think that's what's next on our
Okay.
drive. Well, not on drive home because we're not in the same car, but that's what's next. But honestly, we've always talked about getting a house, so that's like number one on our list. Also, I hope they don't catch that. This is a good mic. That's gonna catch that.
That's
sound.
a good mic, but he's gonna,
Okay.
a lot of parts gonna be chopped, deleted.
Chop, chop, then screw.
July. she just looking down like,
It's
Oh,
natural.
Lord.
It's not natural to fart.
But like,
It's not.
You farted when I was over there getting apple juice, and I said, "Oh,
Okay.
what is that
What
smell?"
apple juice at? I need
It was
a-
nice and cold too. It's like
Is
the ice
it?
one
Is
too,
it?
so it's
But
good.
no, is it?
No, it's that Mott's. That's that
It's
real
Mott's.
apple juice. That's that hood juice.
I'm
I'm hungry.
Oh, plenty of food in the refrigerator.
Okay.
That's
Funny.
breakfast.
I don't
It's
mind.
food.
It's
It's
1
still
o'clock
food.
in the
People
It's
go to
breakfast
Waffle House
time.
at
It's
this
breakfast time.
Yeah.
you gotta say, he gonna say
You like
something
it.
about Shabria don't really care about that life insurance stuff.
Do you,
I do.
Bria? I don't see you, Bria. You gotta. I don't see you
A
promoting your
resume.
stuff. You gotta be.
What, promote life insurance, or you want me to promote my cake business?
Which one do you want to? You have to decide. Cause I can't do Dip Drip and I can't do the podcast. I decided to do one. Which one you gonna run with?
I'm focusing on my business now. Like, okay, honestly, I was gonna promote some freaking brownies, but somebody
It wasn't my fault.
Jemiah Andrea Furby.
No, it was the black lady with all them cards from Family Dollar.
Jemiah Andrea Furby was in the Family Dollar too long, so when we came back to
How
get
do
the
I work
brownies
this?
out the
I just
oven,
Mm-hmm.
So we go to Family Dollar so she can make me white chocolate brownies because I don't like
she got to tell the whole story.
chocolate. So I go to Family Dollar, mind you, the brownie's still at home cooking. So we go to Family Dollar,
It was supposed to be in and
and
out.
I only had to get chocolate chips. Well, white kind, but they didn't have the white kind, so I had to get peanut butter kind. So I'm standing in the line. It's this old black lady she got 2 carts full of stuff, putting it up there one at a time. The lady telling her, I'm not slow, I can take a lot. She said, no, baby, I'm putting it up one at a time. So the lady was like, okay. So she's still putting it up
Just talk to
there.
the end
And then the lady kept saying, like, you can put more stuff up here. It's a line. No, baby, let me do it how I want to do it. So she was like, okay. I was like, oh my God, I only got one thing.
And she would not let you go.
And no, they was letting me go, but like I be locking my
Her
card
her little Cash App card declined.
because
She
I
had to run out to the car to get the phone.
Excuse
Now the lady in front of her.
because I forgot I had locked it. So then it
This
came
is
time
where
for her to
Papa
pay.
Brownies became overcooked.
So then she had to pay.
You couldn't get a good picture?
Overcooked brownies don't sell well.
But how was you going to promote it?
Have you seen the picture of the good brownies I made?
So you did take a picture. That's what I was
The
saying.
first batch that I sold.
No, I didn't see the picture. I probably did.
You probably did.
But take that out now.
I'm trying to find the scarf.
I mean,
Rick, could you just say one more last thing before we go? Because I'm hungry. 2,
one last thing.
are
Oh,
you
shit.
sliding off?
That's what I was hearing. Bro, I swear it sounded like a
You
car
did not
just-
know that you was sliding off and you kept going. You just slid off. Are you drunk?
Yours?
Hmm?
Huh?
Is yours?
No.
It's probably yours.
No, I need to be.
You do. You're right. A newlywed, I know you guys are newlyweds. Give some type of advice or expectation into going into your wedding day.
Have everything. Honestly, get yourself a wedding planner like Gabby.
Well, I'll tell you about being newlywed. It's all about preparation and planning. You also definitely want to make sure you plan ahead of time. Just have things together in months in advance, actually, before you actually, think about doing a wedding. You want to have, your location planned where you want to get, married at, or you want to make sure you have everything in order, such as like where your family members and stuff going to stay at, or where they're going to meet at, and all that stuff. You also want to make sure you have, communication with your bridesmaids and the groomsmen and all that stuff. You want to have communication with them, and and just basically communication is the key. As long as you got communication and you plan well in months in advance, it'll all come together, and just have a great planner such as Gabby. We're just two different dudes.